Hi, everyone, and welcome to week 4. I hope you're finding the coursework helpful as we explore creating your portfolios and focusing on your learning story. In week 4, you will see we have a module which we'll review next. You have discussion 3 on creating your reflective portfolio, grad portfolio story um, discussion due, and then you have discussion 4, which is creating your public GPS portfolio. And this one also looks at exploring the various formats in more detail. Assignment 2 is creating a reflective portfolio phase 2 assess. In this assignment, which I also have a video for you to look at for the instructions, after you've looked at your learning story, you're going to pull key pieces of your learning to talk about and write about your significant learning events. And this is the second step in developing your GPS grad portfolio story. Also remember, there's the frequently asked questions. If you have any questions that you'd like all of us to see and write about, or if you have some questions, you can write or call and, and contact me. Also, I put out a reminder in discussion 2 and thanking you for your excellent discussions that the grad portfolio story forum is available for you. So as you have ideas or questions about portfolios and want to talk to your colleagues and to me, we can write back and forth and talk about ideas for your grad portfolio story. So that's what our week 4 looks like. Now let's go look at the module. The topic this week is 2 parts. It's introducing your reflective portfolio phase 3 collect and exploring GPS formats. Also, you will be looking at the guest networker seminars that focus on archiving your story, career search process, and the GPS format. Please review the introductions. We will be what we are doing this week, as well as the module objectives, which correlate to the course objectives 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This week, your module objectives will be identifying artifacts and evidence that support your learning story, apply artifacts and evidence to support your learning story, describe the process of creating a public portfolio, discuss developing the mission, design, and format of the public portfolio, examine sample portfolios for developing your public portfolio, and discuss format choices for the public portfolio, and discuss the components of the career search process, as they include resume preparation, interviewing, and applying to graduate school and becoming an entrepreneur. So those are just some of those are the objectives for this week as well. For the module's activities, which should take you about an hour and 25 minutes, I'd like you to review the following ebook resources for us that focus on the GPS grad portfolio story with the emphasis on the reflective portfolio collect. Creating your reflective portfolio, please focus on the collect phase, phase 3, and the GPS grad portfolio formats, looking at the samples. You have been introduced to some of these things in the previous discussions, but we're going to take a look at them again. Remember, we also have the guest networker review the seminars on creating your portfolio, looking at the archive seminar that's by Joellen Freeman, our KSU archivist, as well as please take a look at the Weebly seminar that was created by Lindsay Nyman. She was my former KSU graduate admissions counselor for INTS for 498 in fall of 2015, and she also worked at the graduate school here as well. Then we had here's the guest networker review for the career search process, looking at Terrence Mosley, Michael Dutcher, and Amanda Long's information. And so these are just some of the things that I would like you to take a look at this week. And then we are going to look at the upcoming assignments for this week. This week you have 3 items in the coursework. You have discussion 3, which is creating your reflective GPS grad portfolio story. That's due on Thursday at 11 p.m. Discussion 4, which is creating your public portfolio and exploring the formats, which I mentioned before, due Thursday, 6/21 at 11 p.m. And assignment 2, which is creating your reflective portfolio, phase 2, focus on assess. I've created a video to go over the instructions with you, and then take a look at the upcoming coursework due for next week. We have discussion 5, which is on the career search process, discussion 6 on networking, and assignment 3, which is beginning the process of creating your reflective portfolio, the collection phase. So you're going to start thinking about what you would like to include in your portfolio if you have artifacts, what's important to you, writing narratives, etc. So for the module summary, please review that as well as look at the checklist. Continue to read the GPS Grad Portfolio Story process. Uh, and look at, remember, discussion 3 and 4 and assignment 2 are due, and review the upcoming assignments for next week. What's up for next week? Well, we're going to focus on creating your reflective portfolio phase 3 collect part 2, and that is looking at networking strategies for that. And we'll also be looking at closer look at the part 2. We'll be introducing it, but the part 2 includes in the collection phase all majors in INTS are required to write up an experiential learning survey essay. And so you'll be writing about either an episode of volunteering, service learning, internship in a 2 to 3 page essay. And the instructions are there. If you've done that already as part of the major, then please let me know. But you can also include that in your portfolio. And lastly, we'll be looking at going global with your GPS grad portfolio story for bettering self and society. So we'll look at including global experiences and international experiences in your portfolio as well. I hope you're having a great time looking at your learning story and creating your GPS grad portfolio and all the resources that are available for you to help with your transition to graduation and life after college. Have a great week and one day closer to graduation. Dr. Joni.